I've made it no secret to you that in 2024, I'm looking to trade in and upgrade my 2021 Tesla Model 3 for yet another Tesla. But for which Tesla model exactly? And this is my problem. I'm really hoping your input can help me in my choice. Do I opt for the newly released 2024 Tesla Model 3 or the new Tesla Model Y? They truly hold advantages and disadvantages over each other. I'm leaning one way and the wife is leaning another. Typical, isn't it? One has received new price cuts and or cuts to the interest rate charged, which helps to, twist the arm in one's favour. More on that later, just in case it ends up twisting your arm. When I got my Model 3, I had two kids, preschool age, and now they're not so little, growing far too quickly in fact. So the spacious interior and utility of the Model Y is going to be a natural fit. But with the upgraded Project Juniper Tesla Model Y rumour and its appearance potentially within the next year, is it worth waiting? Or is the upgraded Tesla Model 3 going to be able to handle our family's demands? This is where I need you. If you were me, which one would you opt for and why? So it's time for me to lay out my options and the pros and cons for each one and why. As always, plenty to unpack in today's video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Right folks, let's get into it. First up, candidate number one, the Tesla Model Y. This is my wife's preferred option, for obvious reasons I guess. Summarising that reason in a way that doesn't sound so dirty, the Tesla Model Y is bigger, so it's better than our smaller Model 3. And I mean, she's not wrong really. The Model Y once shared around 70% of its parts with the Model 3, enabling a similar experience of the Model 3, just with more comfort and convenience thanks to the extra space. I mean, the tip runs would be amazing in this car. With all its utility, it's no wonder why it's 2023's best-selling car, and I fully support the preference of my wife, but I just can't help feel that something is missing with the Model Y offering. And you're probably thinking, why is that, Adam? My hesitation is that after owning the Model 3 for over 3 years, this Model Y will effectively feel like the same car for another 3 or 4 years. I'll just be in a higher driving position and it'll be more spacious. There'll be little to gain through the hardware enhancements, probably the heated steering wheel and around 10 to 20 more miles. Oh, and premium audio of course. I find moving from another brand of vehicle to a Tesla is so much easier of a decision to make. But within the Tesla brand, the jump to the Model Y, whilst I will be massively happy with it, I can't help but think I wish I went for the new features offered by the new Model 3, or even better yet, the Project Juniper Model Y, aka the refreshed Tesla Model Y. Let's deep dive into that before delving into my preference, the new upgraded Model 3. So why might it be worth waiting for the rumoured refreshed Tesla Model Y? Well, Bloomberg just a few weeks ago said that this could be available as early as Q2. And maybe that's why mainland Europe has saw a combination of price cuts and interest rates cuts in order to boost sales and get rid of existing inventories ahead of release, right? Well, I would definitely take Bloomberg's article from the end of 2023 with a pinch of salt. We haven't seen a single prototype Model Y in the wild, whereas the new Model 3 had almost 6 months of sightings ahead of its announcement. If anything, if we see it in 2024, it will be another end of year release, just like the Model 3. Anything earlier would be a massive treat for sure. Something that I've not heard anyone else mention before, and it's the only thing that makes me think that Tesla wants to move quicker with the Model Y refresh, is that the benefit of sharing near 70% of parts with the Model 3 before is not there now. So the benefit of the shared parts is greatly reduced until the Model Y refresh mimics that of the Model 3. That for me is probably the best of both worlds, the space and utility of the Model Y, keeping the wife happy, but with the upgrades of the new Model 3 to keep me happy. The problem for me is that I have no idea when this will be released, and when it does, might it be too late? So if the Model Y isn't as new or different as I'd like, and the Model Y refresh isn't available, there really is only one option left, the new 2024 Tesla Model 3. My current Model 3 does everything we need it to do today and more. So is the 2024 Model 3 really that bad for a family car? The answer is no, it's perfectly fine and you don't need a family car to be an SUV. But equally, the space and utility of the Model Y is its single biggest asset in my circumstance. I just love knowing that the interior of the new Model 3 is totally different to what I have today in my Model 3 and in a Model Y sold today. The rear screen for the kids to keep them entertained, as well as the ventilated seats, the enhanced suspension and sound dampening. All these changes will make it feel like the refreshed Model 3 will offer a more refined driving experience, but it won't have the stalks like today's Model Y. But is that overrated anyway? Time will tell. I had to cancel my planned Tesla Model 3 test drive, for which would have been a good indication, no pun intended, of how it would fare just day to day. My initial thoughts are that whilst I feel stalks would be better, the amount of times that it would be an inconvenience over the course of a week or a month is very little. So is it just over discussed? Like I said, I can make a much better conclusion once I've actually got round to trying it, but can you actually see the dilemma that I'm facing here? The only other alternative I have is to keep it after my finance period at the end of the year. I won't have the general warranty any longer, but the battery motor will remain for another 4 years. I probably need to buy 2 new front tyres if I keep it any longer, and it will need another MOT for sure. Nothing too drastic, but could this then time me over until I can get my hands on a refreshed Model Y? Probably yes, but I feel the car is worth more money when there is general warranty remaining. Otherwise, the Model 3 continues to fulfill our day-to-day needs, we have no desire to obtain more range, etc, and the car is still as fun to drive as it was from day one. Plus we're still getting new features from the software updates, so I don't really feel tremendously left out from the new vehicles. But I also risk paying for something that could fail at warranty, such as one of the suspension control arms, which seems to be somewhat of an Achilles heel for the Model 3. Needless to say, the 2 most expensive parts of the car, being the battery and the motor, will continue to be in warranty for another 4 years, so there's that too. There is another option, and that's to look at other EVs by other manufacturers. Whilst there may be areas I could see improvements, maybe in comfort, utility, even sound dampening, I'd be paying the same or even more for maybe a similar spec car. But I'd lose access to not just the Tesla supercharging network, but the exclusive Tesla advantages when supercharging. I'll put a video on the screen now to explain that in greater detail. But I'd lose the software updates and the fully functional smartphone app and much more. Ultimately, I just have no appetite to leave the Tesla wings just yet. Undoubtedly, Tesla just offers a good package collectively, from mobile service to the ultra-reliable supercharger network. I'm not saying the alternatives are bad, there are most definitely a bunch of credible alternatives. There's just no major pull factor to them over a Tesla, not that I can think of anyway. So to conclude, what do you think I should do? Are you team Model 3 or team Model Y? Let me know in the comment section below. As soon as I make my decision some point over the year, you folks will be the first to know. I still think the Model 3 is probably the best compromise if the new Model Y is not released. If we get a shock and a new Model Y becomes available mid-2024, then my decision should be pretty easy unless they make it even more expensive. But that really isn't Tesla style, even though the upgrades would probably be worth it. So how was today's video? Have you had the same predicament? And if so, what did you do in your circumstance? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends and family and anyone else that may find the video beneficial. You folks have been great, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.